What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with another what to buy on eBay video. I've got some vintage Kenner items that are for sale. Most of these are at auction just because that's how I feel comfortable right now with spending your money. I'm not spending my money. I'm spending your money. So I want to make sure that you get the best deal you can. And right now it seems like auctions are the way to go. So I've got vintage Kenner items. I've got some vintage collection, a few comic books here and there, but in general, a pretty nice selection of items. As always, thanks to my Patreon supporters. You guys make this channel happen, and I appreciate it. And that's why you get my videos 24 hours early access. Patreon.com/actionfiguregrader is where you can go to sign up. All right, let's dig into some really nice items. We're going to start off with this one. This is one I'd love to bid on. I really would, but I am passing this on to you with the hopes that one of you buys it instead of me, and that saves me money. But this is a beautiful 48-back Return of the Jedi transition card with the free Neonum offer. And so when I say transition card, that means non-Return of the Jedi release characters only appeared on this card back. So Empire Strikes Back and Star Wars characters appeared on it. And they tend to be pretty popular among collectors and tend to go for a very high price. This is the Luke Skywalker Hoth crystal clear blister. It does have that hideous Toys R Us price sticker, and it is a punched example. You can see some wear around the hang tab there, and that's why it got the 75 grade, was mainly because of that wear around the hang tab. 80 for the blister. Figure score got an 80, and this one ends Sunday evening. Right now it's at $255 in an auction. That is worth looking at. And for all these items, make sure you vet the sellers, make sure you zoom in on the items, and you can go to the video description for this video for the item numbers in case you're having trouble finding them on eBay. So that's the Luke Skywalker Hoth. Next up, I've got some vintage collection. The first one, this one should sell for some big money. This is an unpunched VC16 Obi-Wan Kenobi with the free Boba Fett rocket firing mail away offer. But the big kicker on this one is that it's unpunched. This is a very tough one to find unpunched. And don't quote me on the last sales price for one of these, but I want to say it was in the 400s. That's what I seem to remember. But this one is an unpunched example, given that the market is down a little bit for not only TVC, but just pretty much any Star Wars collectible. Maybe you can pick this up for a good price. This one ends Sunday afternoon, about 4:38 Eastern time. Right now, again, it's at $151 with 14 bids plus $16 shipping. But if you're looking for an unpunched example, there you go, because that one is a tough one to find. Another unpunched example of the Darth Vader name pill for Anakin Skywalker from the Revenge of the Sith. This one is a buy it now situation, and this one looks to be in fantastic condition. It has 13 watchers on it, but this one is a buy it now. $249.95 free shipping, and that's about what they've been selling for. I think in an auction, in the current environment, maybe you get it for a little cheaper. It does have one little ding in the lower right-hand corner, as the seller was kind enough to disclose. Blister looks to be pretty good overall. Just some very, very minor edge wear to it, but that's another tough one to find unpunched, and it is the Darth Vader name pill. Again, there's 13 watchers on it. Maybe you watch it, and he makes you an offer for something a little bit lower, just given those slight defects to the card. Let's dig into another one here. This is at auction. This is VC100 AFA 90 Starkiller unpunched with the Darth Maul offer, and it is at auction. There's no bids yet, but there are a ton of watchers on it, at least when I pulled it up on my app. For some reason, on the desktop for eBay, it doesn't show you the number of watchers when it's an auction, but if you pull it up on your app, on your phone, it does show the number of watchers, and there are a lot of watchers on this one, so just keep that in mind. 4 days, 8 hours left. This one ends Sunday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern time, but very tough to get an AFA 90 for Starkiller, and while the price is down for Starkiller since he's been reissued, this one is a stunner. If I didn't already have one, I'd probably go ahead and throw a bid out there towards the end of this auction. But anyway, the starting bid is $150, and I think there was a ton of watchers on it. I don't remember the exact number, so I expect it to sell. I don't know what price, but very tough to get an AFA 90. Let's dig into Cashel Retro Trader. He always has beautiful high-grade items for sale, and there are some awesome auctions he's got going. This one is a UKG 85% SWC baggie for Greedo, and this has got that nice deluxe case from UKG. The only way to go for these baggies in terms of grading, I think, are the deluxe cases from UKG. But this SWC baggie, I think, came in like either the Cantina playset or like the multi-packs, the Sears multi-packs for the Cantina creatures, but that's a nice high-grade baggie. It's only at 34 pounds right now. It ends Sunday afternoon about 3 p.m. Eastern Time, plus another $31 shipping, but I expect that one to go for $250 to $300 pretty easily. Next up, he also has a PBP pink face AT-AT Commander. There is also a pale face that's maybe a little bit more desirable. So I think this one will probably go a little bit lower than what the pale face usually goes for. I think this one will probably go for under 100 US dollars. Maybe not, though. It is a UKG 85%, and there's the label on it. It says no COO scar PBP. So this is the Spanish PBP AT-AT Commander. And there are two different variations, the pink face like you see here, as well as the pale face, which tends to be a little bit more popular. Next up, this is the big one that the same seller has. This is a UKG 70%. So you're like, well, why are you showing this? Well, the reason is because this is the very extremely rare Glasslite, Brazilian Glasslite Princess Leia. And as you can see, the Princess Leia Glasslite came with a specific factory Jawa blaster. Very pale face, very interesting character. And one you don't see pop up that often. So there it is, no COO / Scar, Glasslite, Princess Leia. That is a stunner, and I expect that one to go for big money. It's already at 200 pounds, which is 255 US dollars. That one also ends Sunday afternoon. So if you're looking for one of those beautiful foreign rare variants, that is definitely one of them. It's a very tough one to find. Next up, let's talk about the Muffin Man. He always has beautiful items. This is a UKG loose graded Wampa. I would argue that it's probably a little bit overgraded just because the torso and the arms are a little bit yellowed versus the legs, as you can see there. But the paint on the hands and on the eyes and on the horns and everything are very, very nice. So I can see how he got the 85, but I would argue that it's maybe slightly overgraded. That one's at 62 pounds. That one ends Sunday afternoon about 3:08 p.m. Eastern Time. But there you go. If you're looking for a nice high-grade, loose-graded Wampa, which you don't see that often for sale at auction, there you go. He also has the Forlom Mail-Away. This is the figure that appeared on the 47-back Empire Strikes Back card backs with that big red Forlom Mail-Away. So this is the mail-away that you would get if you send in those proofs of purchase. It's a UKG 85% mail-away for Forlom. That one's at 107 pounds, which is $136. That one also ends Sunday afternoon. I don't know what that's going to sell for. If I had to throw out a round number, I'd say between 250 and 300 US dollars for that one. But very nice example of the mail-away Forlom. Here's the big one that he's got. This is the Spanish Poch Dark Boots, made in Hong Kong, Hoth Rebel Commander. This is one I've already got in my collection. This is probably a little bit nicer than mine because the boots do not have any overspray, which is known for. I've got some overspray on my boots that kind of sprayed into the waffle pattern on the back of the calf there, but this one's a very nice, clean, much cleaner example, although the backpack is probably in a little bit less nice condition than mine is. So anyway, it's a UKG 85%, worth every penny if you can pick it up, because that's a very desirable variant, that early Spanish figure. So that one's at 122 pounds, which is $155. I don't know what it's going to end for. I'd say probably $350 to $400 would be my guess on that one. That's a very nice variant. Next up, a few comic books before we dig into some other Kenner items. This is Star Wars 16 in the newsstand, which is the most common variant for this book. The first appearance of Valance the Bounty Hunter. Death and destruction are his tools. The Star Warriors are his targets. Absolutely love this cover. This is from 1978, and it's at auction. It's at $54 right now. I bet it sells for less than $200 in the current environment, but that's a really nice book, and one I very happily have in my collection. Next up, I've got a couple of Signature Series comics that I had to show you that are at auction. This is a beautiful book. It's a non-key issue, but what you're really buying is this beautiful virgin cover signed by Ian McDiarmid, and it's got your feeble something are no match for the power of the dark side, and it's signed by the Emperor. So it's got a sign and remark by Ian McDiarmid with an awesome cover. And it's a CGC 9.8 Signature Series yellow series label. That one ends in 9 days and 8 hours as of the making of this video. It's only at $78 right now. I think what you're really buying here is the autograph and the awesome cover there. It's not a key issue at all. But here's a big one. This is a Signature Series yellow label 9.8 grade signed by Kenny Baker, Adi Granoff, who's the cover artist, and then also Carrie Fisher. So that's a big book, and you can see why. It's that auction. It's already at $600. It ends on 5 days, Monday around noonish. But that's, again, a non-key issue, but you got 2 big autographs on there, plus Adi Granoff, who is the cover artist on it. So pretty great looking cover, but you're really paying, I think, mainly for Carrie Fisher's autograph. But it's already at $600. I expect that to go for some big money. And then let's dig back into some more vintage Kenner items. Jeff's Collectible Empire has some AFA graded examples. I'm not showing everything that he's got at auction right now. These all end on Sunday evening, but he's got an AFA 85 Death Squad Commander with the harder to find light blue emblem, as you can see there on the label. The Hong Kong, and you can see how bright blue that emblem is on his chest. It's a little bit tougher to find than the standard dark blue. But that's a beautiful example, AFA 85. It's at $61 right now, and again, it ends Sunday evening. He also has an AFA 85 AT-AT driver, orange logo, Hong Kong. That one's at $43, and again, that one also ends Sunday evening. But he does have some other items, so you can go check those out. One bootleg I wanted to show you. Here's a Luke Skywalker X-Wing pilot Polish bootleg. This is a 3rd generation bootleg from the mid-1990s. That one's at auction and ends Sunday afternoon. Right now it's at 40 pounds, which is about 51 US dollars. I expect it to sell maybe for around $100 or so. But if you like Polish bootlegs, which the market does seem to do, there was a Facebook sale recently in the bootleg group where Jacob Brzezinski, the author, listed like $10,000 of bootlegs, and they were all gone in like 45 minutes. It was unbelievable. It was a feeding frenzy. But if you're looking for one, this is a fairly common example. It's the later generation, but if you're looking for one, that one's in very clean condition. And again, it ends Sunday afternoon. Next up, Brian's Toys has an AFA 85 yellowed blister Warwick, so last 17 unpunched. It does have that clear view label up top from AFA, but that's a beauty. It's in really nice condition. The yellowing's not too bad on it, and it's an 85. The card got an 80, blister 85, figure 90 for a yellowed overall 85%, and it's at auction. Right now it's at $463 plus $8 shipping. Next up, that Top Toys AFA or CAS 75 Plus Stormtrooper came back on the market. So they had an auction last week that I showed in the last What to Buy video, but apparently the buyer never paid, or the winning bidder never paid. So it's back up at auction for those of you that missed it and are looking to get it. There it is. It's a beautiful Top Toys example for the Stormtrooper, graded CAS 75 Plus. The card got an 85, blister 80, figure 70, and the main reason is it's got some discoloration going on the torso, and it looks like on one of the legs there for the Stormtrooper, which is a common thing. I mean, even high-grade examples, they almost always discolor because it's a specific factory plastic. They don't have any foot peg holes, and so they were made in this Argentinian Top Toys factory, and those Stormtroopers especially tend to degrade inside the blister. But anyway, right now it's back up at auction. That one ends Friday evening, so this video is going to go live Friday afternoon, so not much time left on this auction by the time this video airs. So if you have an interest in that one, make sure to get on eBay and bid on it. Right now it's at $202.50. And then finally, we've got I would call this a holy grail. This is a CAS 85 Plus Imperial Shuttle. So this is a high-grade Imperial Shuttle. This one also ends Friday evening. So if you have any interest in this, and you have the display space, more importantly, this beautiful Imperial Shuttle, mint in sealed box, graded 85 plus. I've never seen this high of a grade example. And it's at $1,400 right now. And again, it ends 9:34 Eastern time. But wow, what a gem. And the shipping on it is $324, at least for me here in the US. So right now it's already at $1,724 after paying for shipping, before paying for sales tax. For me, it would be another it would be another 140 US dollars shipping. So even right now, with 2 days and 8 hours left, it would be about $2,000 for me to bid on this thing. But I don't have the display space for this thing. This is a pretty incredible item, though. So if you got the space, you got the money, good luck on bidding on it. But I did want to show it because you don't see those kind of things often on eBay. That's all I really had for this video. I hope you found something that you can bid on. Thanks again for watching, and I'll be back soon.